recorded drop, you can't ignore it. I'm transforming now these cars and planes, I'm always bored.
Day 16 today and welcome. So tell me, did you find it? Did you find your triggers for serotonin, dopamine, oxytocin and endorphins from within? Did you find the source? If not, I urge you to go back and find them, because I promise you doing that is a game changer. When you find them from within and stop chasing them outside of yourself, everything changes in life. Serotonin is the key hormone that stabilizes our mood and feelings of well-being and happiness. This hormone impacts our entire body. It enables the brain cells and other nervous system cells to communicate with each other freely. Dopamine plays a role in how we feel pleasure. It's a part of our unique human ability to think and plan. Oxytocin is associated with empathy, trust, sexual activity, and relationship building. It's sometimes referred to as the love hormone because of the levels of oxytocin increase during hugging. Let me ask you a question. Have you ever actually taken a moment to feel the release of oxytocin when you hug somebody that you love? Try it. I promise you, it's amazing. Endorphins also trigger a positive feeling in the body similar to that of morphine. For example, the feeling you get following a run or a workout that's often described as euphoric. When these are triggered from within by living congruently with what's most important to us, to ourselves, loving ourselves, having appreciation for ourselves and everything in our life, and focusing our attention only what our intention is, being mindful, consciously living a fun-filled life, we allow ourselves the permission to live an empowered life. We raise our levels of consciousness, we are expansive and open ourselves to limitless opportunities in a way that we cannot imagine. If we are stuck in a rut seeking these feelings or states and emotions from anything outside of us, we become emotional, out of balance. That creates conflict, blocks in our body. Stress and anxiety rises, which results in us seeking more of these feelings at any cost, which may be destructive, like overspending, getting into debt, over drinking, having affairs even, essentially driving us into a downward spiral of despair and being and feeling out of control. And today I'm going to talk about the number one trap that so many people get stuck in and confuse an open heart of love and appreciation with dopamine and serotonin rushes. But first, I want to just welcome you as you come on and say hi. Please do say hi. Thank you for being here. I really appreciate it. And let me know if you've watched the previous lives and what you're experiencing so far. And give me a thumbs up if you are up to date. And if this is your first time, please put first in the comments. And if so, welcome. It's great to have you here. And I would encourage you to go back over the previous days as well. And if you're watching the replay, please do put #replay, because I will come back and like your comment. I deeply appreciate knowing that you're watching. So back to today's topic. Let me ask you a question. Have you ever been infatuated after meeting somebody, or starting a new job, or a new relationship, or even a new hobby, and perceived that it may have more advantages than disadvantages, more pleasures than pain, and all good and great with absolutely no drawbacks? This perception often stimulates a dopamine rush from our amygdala, the desire center in the subcortical area of our brain, which elevates our levels of oxytocin, serotonin, and endorphins. And as a result, your entire body is consumed with feelings of happiness, safety, belonging, caring, and peace, which results in the subjectively biased fantasy you create about what could happen in the future. One where you are conscious of the upsides and benefits only, and unconscious of the potential downsides and drawbacks. It's an irrational elation that can make you feel as if you're on a high, elated even. This is also when you may tend to put those that you're infatuated with on a pedestal, and you're more likely to move away from what's really important to you and subordinate your values and make sacrifices for the other individual if it's a person. You may even think you're in love, okay, that you may have even feel that you've met your soulmate. It often happens. And may not want to hear that it's likely to be an infatuation where you're blind to any downsides. And sometime later, you might even discover that this individual or relationship or job or hobby is not what you thought it to be, and possibly even feel betrayed by the fantasy that you projected. Have you experienced that? Can you relate to that in your life? Then what happens is, whilst you're trying to reclaim your identity, as you unceremoniously take them off the pedestal, you may even move from infatuation to resentment and seeing only the negatives and the drawbacks, as opposed to the benefits and pleasure you perceived you initially did get from from one polarized state to another. Now it or they or the person is all bad. This happened from being in a place of imbalanced perceptions. Only when you bring these two extremes into balance, neither looking up at someone or something or looking down on them, do you have the opportunity to be grateful, unconditionally loving, inspired, and feel an open heart of gratitude and appreciation, and have the capacity to be truly authentic without polarized emotions, even in times of challenge. So often people confuse an open heart with infatuation, but they could not be more different. An open heart comes from within, being authentically you. Infatuation is seeking pleasure and no pain outside of yourself and seeking immediate gratification. And when you live in alignment with what's truly highest on your values, the thing that is most intrinsic in your heart and soul, where you most spontaneously act on, the thing is that is the most fulfilling and meaningful and inspiring to you. That's where you have the highest probability of focused attention and balanced perception. This is why you tend to be the most productive when you prioritize your life and live in accordance with your highest values. This is also the state in which you are likely to plan strategically and set real objectives and goals. You will foresee and prepare potential obstacles and challenges, execute actions, and maximize your potential through self-governance and self-mastery. You will likely see that and be able to avoid distracting impulses and instincts. And you will be able to see the imbalanced perceptions in them, where you'll see there's many benefits as drawbacks. You will have the capacity to ask yourself the quality questions that will give you the quality answers, and they will act simultaneously. When we seek only pleasure without pain, immediate gratification, we are polarized. We try to separate the inseparable. We are looking for the serotonin, dopamine, oxytocin, endorphin fix from outside of us rather than from intrinsically within. So if you want to be more productive, more fulfilled, more present, more prioritized, and more empowered, it would be wise to live by your highest values and by what is most important to you on a daily basis. Okay? If you fill your day with high priority actions that inspire you, you will experience a sense of fulfillment, a state of well-being, and you will be wealthy in all areas of life. You will be expansive and in your zone of genius. You'll be less likely to fill up your time with distractions, which are the infatuations and resentments that distract you during the day and keep you from setting goals that are effective and where you can achieve effective goals. You maximize your goal achievements to the degree that you are authentic. So if you have any questions or anything you're not sure about, please do tag me. I know some of these concepts are possibly a little challenging from time to time, as there is a limit to the detail I can go into in each of these daily lives. But know this one thing: turning up and learning a little more and keeping your attention on what your intention is every single day will go a long way to creating the transformation that you desire. So if you found this useful, please do tag someone who you feel will benefit from this and share the live. And if you've got any questions, any comments, please tag me, and I'm more than happy to respond and help. And don't forget to keep your workbook updated with each and every day's progress that you're making, because at the end of the day, it's the sum. Remember what I said about Darren Hardy, the compound effect? The greatest impact happens in those small consistent steps. Okay, so when you get to the end of the 60 days, when you look back, you'll be able to see very clearly how far you've actually come. And I promise you, you'll be alarmed, you'll be amazed, and pleasantly so, at how much you've created. Okay, and I'll catch you tomorrow. Love and gratitude. Bye bye.